Looking at this beautiful painting, you may be thinking, wow, she is a professional artist. She must have had a blast painting this. You would be right to a certain extent. While I am extremely proud of the progress I've made, there are definitely mistakes I made while painting this that could have been easily avoided. But I guess it was not in vain, because now I'm going to be sharing them with you, so hopefully you don't repeat my mistakes. These will be in no particular order, so you can grab a cup of tea or whatever and relax while you listen to me yap about what I could have done better. My first mistake was not making a proper sketch. As you can see, I was way too excited to start coloring this for whatever reason, and I completely skipped over the details in the sketch, which led to me having to fix so many unnecessary details later down the line. Speaking of details, another mistake I made that you're going to start seeing a little bit later into the process is that I started focusing so narrowly on the tiniest details and I completely lost track of the bigger picture. So far, everything is really loose. I wanted to get the idea first before going into the details, but the idea ended up being too loose and I couldn't find the lines because there weren't any. The sketch is non-existent, as we already established. Also, another mistake I later fixed but wasn't paying attention to in the start is I was not at all looking at my reference. I was just guessing, and that's something you should never do, especially if you're drawing something you haven't drawn before, which is a deer for me. I've never drawn a deer, at least not this detailed. And also the water proved to be a huge challenge. Not because it's hard to do, it's actually extremely easy when you look at the reference. Once I stopped guessing and started observing and replicating, that's when it all started clicking. Another mistake, if you're relying on layers, is that I drew the horns, or antlers, I guess. You'll see I had to draw them again because I covered them up because I didn't finish the wings and the back of the deer. So if you have a detailed element in the background, finish that first before going into the foreground. Also, you saw the finished product. The wings are not the same. I actually started thinking, why is this deer having bat wings when he can have owl-like wings? That idea came to me when I saw some nice owl references on Pinterest, and I thought, why not give him owl wings instead? They match the deer color palette much better anyway. And again, you can see because I didn't have a sketch of that, I had to guess again how to attach them to the deer, because deer don't have wings in real life. Also, RAP antlers, they got completely covered at this stage. This was actually the point where I wanted to completely give up on this painting, and that is another mistake I want to bring attention to. If you're feeling frustrated with a piece, maybe it's time to put it down and do something else, which is exactly what I did. And when I came back with a fresh pair of eyes, it was looking a lot less tragic than when I put it down initially. Sometimes when you're looking at something for so long, it starts to just blend together and you can see everything that's wrong with it, even if it's not exactly wrong. Also, taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture, as I said previously, is really nice if you're getting caught up in tiny details, because that takes away a lot of time. A good painting doesn't need to be detailed. You can step back and still see the full picture and tell what it is. Also, yeah, I actually copied the wing to the other side. I was not gonna draw that again. You let me know in the comments if that's cheating or not. I don't think it is. I drew it. I didn't copy it from somewhere else. Also, make sure to leave an owl emoji in the comments so I know you got this far. The last mistake I'm going to cover is being afraid to experiment. Now, this is the only mistake I didn't make while painting this, because this whole painting was just a huge experiment. And making mistakes is how you grow as a person and as an artist. The things I learned while painting this are much more valuable than the finished product. The picture that I'm looking at is just the result of me not giving up and trying to fix my mistakes. And once you start seeing mistakes as a learning opportunity instead of an obstacle, you're going to exponentially grow in anything you're trying to achieve. In conclusion, the biggest mistake you can possibly make is not make any, because then you're not gonna learn anything. So I really hope this video was valuable to you in some way. If you wanna see more, make sure you subscribe. Let me know what you wanna see more of. For exclusive content, make sure you check out my Patreon, and I'm gonna see you later. Bye!